Now, in a bombshell ruling, the federal judge presiding over the classified documents case against former President Donald Trump in Florida dismissed the prosecution yesterday. On Monday, U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon sided with defense lawyers who said the special counsel that filed the charges against Trump was illegally appointed by the Justice Department. Special counsel Jack Smith's team had vigorously contested Trump's efforts to dismiss the case. Trump had been accused of illegally hoarding classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach and obstructing FBI efforts to get them back. Joining us now with more is Bennett Gershman, Pace University law professor and legal expert. We appreciate your time. How are you, sir?
Thank you, Chris. I'm fine.
Well, this case was widely considered to be the strongest of all the legal proceedings that have been levied against the former president. So what happens next? I'm assuming appeal will be the first order of business for Jack Smith.
Yeah, the special prosecutor, Smith, indicated he's going to take an appeal, and it's just going to delay the proceedings further and further along the way. And I think that was the intent from the beginning by this particular judge. And that's been one of the central themes of this entire litigation from over a year. Delay, delay, delay. There have been rulings that were, as to me anyway, bizarre as this particular ruling was. But it just keeps the case going on and on without any definitive resolution. And now the case is over.
Let me ask you this. It's almost a sense of relief for both sides. You've got the former president's like, okay, this was probably the strongest case they had. Judge is dismissing it, a judge that I appointed. On the other side, Jack Smith and the prosecution probably saying to themselves, probably best to get this out of this judge's hands and give us an opportunity to file with another judge. Not that they're going to go judge shopping, but if they were to appeal, it may not get back on Cannon's desk.
Well, that's possible, Chris. But I think also you want a definitive rule that the precedent that she's establishing by saying that the special prosecutor is invalidly appointed. You want to get that vacated. You want to have the Circuit Court of Appeals say she was wrong, she made a terrible misjudgment in throwing the case out. You want to get that clarified. And of course, there may be the possibility that they can have her disqualified because of all of the bizarre rulings that she's made along the way, indicating possibly a partisanship for Trump and his case.
So the former president currently involved in 3 other cases, just to rehash here. Another brought on by the Justice Department that includes felony charges to overturn the results of the 2020 election, the New York hush money trial, which we're currently awaiting sentencing for, and an election subversion case in Atlanta. Now, in a statement on his social media platform yesterday, Trump said that all these cases should be thrown out. Is there a chance that this decision will affect those other decisions? Do you see a trickle-down effect here?
No, there's no connection. First of all, the hush money case is over, and we're waiting sentence. The other cases don't rest or fall on this particular ruling. They really rest on whether or not the recent Supreme Court immunity decision is going to free Trump from being prosecuted in those cases. But this case really has nothing to do with those cases, because I'm positive that none of these judges in the other cases are going to find, as Judge Cannon did, that the special prosecutor is invalidly appointed.
Speaking of that immunity case with the Supreme Court, with Clarence Thomas issuing in his statement, basically providing a pathway for Judge Cannon to, and it was totally unrelated that it was even included in his statement, but it basically just provided an easy pathway for her to pick up and say, you know what, I can get this dismissed.
That's exactly right, Chris. Thomas concurred, and no other Supreme Court justice, by the way, went along with his opinion on the invalid appointment of the special prosecutor. And I think it did give Cannon the impetus to write her 93-page opinion, which looked to me totally incoherent and mostly gibberish, but it was like a cut and paste job, including Thomas's concurrence in getting to her bizarre result that Smith was not properly appointed. You're right. Thomas did give her I'd say the impetus to write her opinion.
And just real quickly before I let you go, I know you kind of said a few moments ago that this case is over. Is it over, or is it just a delay? It's obviously not going to go to trial before the election, but is it over, or is this something they're going to still fight to try?
This case is not over. I mean, it's going to go to the D.C. Circuit. It's going to go up to the Supreme Court again. And who knows, if the next president happens to be a Democrat, the case is going to continue on for as long as the case needs to continue on until there's a resolution. So it's not over, no.
And that's where the rubber meets the road. If Trump is reelected, these will all go away. If not, then they'll continue to pursue. Bennett, thank you very much. Great to talk with you once again.
You too, Chris. Thank you.
All right.